All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform.
Disneyland is your land.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Disneyland is your land.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 221. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, evening, morning, whenever it is, and however it is. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the Trail Marshal Puppets himself.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How's it going?
Well, considering when this is going to drop, I want to say Happy Memorial Day, y'all.
Yes, happy Memorial Day, everyone from the LTP.
Feeling very patriotic.
As you should. Oh, but sitting to the left of me via FaceTime is Becky. Hey, Becky, what's up?
Hi, how are you guys?
Excellent. We don't have a nickname for you yet, do we? Anything's come up?
No.
Wait, I thought I had one.
Actually, didn't you say B-dubs?
No, I nixed that. I said, no way in the world I'm going to call you B-dubs.
Oh, that's right. B does, because, no, we
I'm
can't
not
do...
cool enough.
No, no. In your defense, B-dubs is not good enough for you, okay? There you go.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, because like you're saying B-dubs, like we're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. No, dude. No.
No.
Never go there. Jess, on the other hand.
I've been there a few times, but
I might get... For me, I'm always like, meh.
I only go there if there's a game on that. I should go there with my dad if we're going to watch something.
Yeah.
Meet somewhere, but I don't ever go there. Just
You go there for the wings.
not a Wings person.
No.
We got to come...
Actually, we did have wings for lunch today,
What?
which is really random.
Yeah.
Tim really wanted Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, well, that's shocking. Maybe it's serendipitous that we do call you...
No, Wingstop.
Oh, Wingstop.
Wingstop, yeah, sorry.
Can we call you
No,
Becky Wingstop?
No. Come on.
Please don't.
That
Okay.
is a horrible nickname.
I will never be able to show my face again.
I know, right?
That's
Wingstop,
ridiculous.
no.
Becky Wingstop? Okay.
I'm going to send you a meme, by the way, about
Oh.
Wingstop.
Okay. Well, we need to come up with a nickname for her.
I'm going to send it right now so you can watch it later. I'm going to do it before I forget.
Okay.
Okay, anyways. Hey, welcome to the show, listeners. This is your first time tuning into the show. Well, I want to say thank you so much. I know there are other Disneyland podcasts out there, but none as cool as us. We've got some cool guests coming up in the future, but today it's just the three of us. You're going to have to deal with that. We are an open and honest podcast. We like to tell the truth, but we want the parks to succeed. That's really what it is. And also, again, think of us as your best Disneyland friends you've not met. We love talking about everything, and how we're doing this now is how we'd be in the park. This is how we would be having lunch somewhere inside the park or standing in line.
Yeah, minus headphones.
Minus
microphones,
headphones,
but
yeah.
Pretty close.
Yes. Today's show is sponsored by you, the listeners. You can do that on our Patreon page, which is accessed on leavingtodaypodcast.com under support tab. And we have it there. Also on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. We have a link tree, and it's on there as well. Finally, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to our show. This show and any show you listen to on a podcast means you are supporting independent thought, independent arts, independent creativity, and we like to keep it that way. And so a big thank you from us to you.
Yep. We know that one of the things that you can never get back is time. So anytime you give us that, it is greatly appreciated. And the fact that you're listening to independent voices is super important now. And we're going to keep on saying it because I think we really need to. More information, more people. Talk to people. We are greater together. We are greater when we find the things that bring us together than divide us. And the only way we do that is by talking to each other with an open mind and an open heart. So the more we do this, the more we converse, the more you're going to find like, hey, that guy that I wasn't too sure about, he's actually not too bad.
Huh, yeah.
He may actually be somebody I can like hang out and go get a beer with. No, a whiskey. But anyway.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, more independent voices is incredibly important, and I'm glad that we are now in a space where more people are doing that, and that flows right over to our lounge as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Nice segue, and you can bring that up. I know.
Yeah.
Nice.
So because every other Thursday we have what we're our YouTube show called the LTP Lounge. Now we have had a steady group of people showing up, and you guys, you know who you are. Appreciate it to know, and that you
Absolutely
guys are there
love it, yeah.
every time we come on live. Boom, you guys are there.
Mm-hmm.
Please find us there every other Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Indy time or Disneyland time or Pacific Standard Time, whichever one you can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk there, and it is a more pinpoint, more current discussion. We'll pick 2 or 3 news items, and we will talk about them, give our thoughts.
Yep.
That way we can have it a little bit more up to date than this format. So
Yeah. Yep.
I encourage you, please go over there, follow us. We're trying to build that channel. YouTube is an incredibly difficult space to be playing in, but hey,
Yes.
we go. We go, and we go with the intent of meeting new people, having fun, and having nice, good, interesting conversation.
Yep, absolutely. You said it perfectly. I mean, the only thing I'll add to it is that it's just our way of trying to connect to you guys and girls out there listening, and trying to build this community, as Udi said. And it is really fun. It's kickback. We like I said, we got 2 or 3 topics, but we'll let you guys talk about whatever you want, and Udi and I will try to answer as much as we can. And yeah, that's how it is.
Yep.
Okay. So here we are. The current timeline is Disneyland's 70th anniversary just kicked off like 2 days ago. This is Sunday, and they kicked off on Friday, which was May 16th. And we anticipate this to be going on for about 18 months. And so we're going to be talking throughout the next probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 episodes. We're going to be talking about this as new stuff develops from there, new events. We're going to have guests on that have been there. Jay's coming up soon. We've got Philander coming up as well. Probably a couple other people. Terrence, I'm talking to you. It's going to come on. And then honestly, anybody that's been part of this celebration, and you want to come on and talk about your experiences, you just reach out to us, and we will more than happy have you on the show. Did I say that right? We would be more than happy. We will be more than happy to have you on the show.
There you go.
Becky's going in July for her birthday. Yes. And so she'll have a frontline report. I probably won't go back until the fall. It's just the way it is for me right now, but that's okay. And Udi, you're usually hovering around out of 4 to 10 on the interest scale. Where are you sitting right now? 4?
4 to 10.
4 to 10?
Yeah.
Nothing your scenes making you want to go.
Well, okay. I feel like with our pre-recording discussion, I feel like I need to be a little bit more clear and pinpoint in why or where we are with it, where I'm with it, rather.
Yeah.
My wanting to go to the park has never been diminished, okay?
There might be some. Hold on. There might be some listeners that do not know that backstory. So Udi and I had annual passes for several years, leading up to the closure of the pandemic. When we were forced to return them, so we got refunded. And since then, I did get one, and Udi has not yet renewed or got a new annual pass or Magic Key. So that's where we are.
Not saying that I haven't been in the park, because I have multiple times since then.
Yes.
But it is more the question of the annual pass and me engaging with that, I guess is the right way to put it.
Yeah.
So my desire for that has never waned. I've always wanted to do it. I've always been wanting to do that. It has always been a thing of like Disney. We talk about what Disneyland, how we use the park.
Yes.
And I've already said this before, but I'll say it again real quick. It has always been a place of joy, happiness, to escape. It means a lot. to me, and it has been a big part of my life through different phases of it. So it always is a place of joy for me. It always connects me back to a place of happiness, no matter what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you not want to regain that? You know, you always want to go. We talk about it, no matter how much the park changes.
Yeah.
No matter when you go back, it still feels like home. We talked to Jerome. He
Yeah.
hadn't been there in 30 years, and he still felt like, I was like, I'm coming back, and you still have things. So
yeah. That's right.
But the problem has been is that I look at Disney corporate, and this is the part that I get frustrated by, because I can separate. Some people can't do this, but I can delineate between Disneyland proper, the park, and then the company. But I also have very realistic in the fact that Disney corporate runs that park,
Mm-hmm.
and what they've done with the park, as far as what they offer now and the price they're asking for it,
Mm-hmm.
to me is a bridge too far. I think overall, the condition of the park, which I'm glad is improving. From everything I've heard, it's improving.
Mhm.
So good. But what they have begun to do is nickel and dime, and I cannot support any entity. I mean, and I'm talking about any of them. We're talking about any kind of entity that begins to nickel and dime and try to flip you over and shake the change out of your pockets. I begin to go like, whoa, hold on. Now, if Disneyland proper was removed from that, and they weren't doing that, then I would have no problem. But that's where I am. So the problem is that the cons are outweighing the pros.
Okay.
So that my desire to go, that level has never dropped. It's just been superseded by the other outside factors, which is why I get annoyed,
Mm.
and why when you hear me going off on so many things, which Abu Dhabi's coming, thank you.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. So when I see those things, that's when I ratchet up, and that adds on to the con pile, to the pro pile, and just when I saw that con pile getting shaved away, I'm like, hey, we're getting there, and I was at like an 8, back to 4 or wherever.
Mm.
So anyway, just to be clear, a long way to say, I always want to go to the park.
Okay.
I never not want to go to the park. It has never been a thing of me not wanting to go to the park. My
Oh.
desire to go to the park remains the same for the entirety of my life.
Okay.
I blame Bob.
So just a few levers need to be tweaked a little bit for you to get back into it.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, maybe not tweaked, but full on like flipped or turned or moved or whatever, or removed. I mean, I guess, it'd be an interesting topic,
What?
and this might be a good one for a general down the road.
Ooh, well,
Why don't-
workshopping in
Yeah,
real
yeah,
time.
real
Okay.
quick. And you guys tell me if you'd be even interested in hearing this conversation. What if we took people that are in our group and our people
Yeah.
who are not as active going to the park anymore?
Okay.
Okay, and then we figure that and we have that conversation as to why.
Okay. I'm down with
Okay.
that.
I
I'm
mean,
down.
you guys think about it. Hey, you guys, when you hear this, let me know. DM me that, or Mark, or Becky, or even Jess, anybody, the show, whatever. Would you guys be interested in having that conversation? Because I think it as people who are fans of Disneyland proper, I think that is a conversation that needs to be had.
Mhm.
Because I think we'd find a lot of interesting things there and a lot of different points of view. But anyway, so you guys let me know.
You know something I found interesting? I was flying on a plane this week, and as you
So
guys
was
know,
I.
And as you guys know, I like to talk. And I
No,
happened
you
to sit
don't, huh?
by somebody else that was very chatty, and we chatted the entire plane ride, which was about 2.5 hours.
Mhm.
And so I learned a lot of information about this person. And I could say I think that he's fairly wealthy. And Disneyland came up, and he was like, "Oh, we went there a few years ago, but we won't go again because it's too expensive."
Mm.
And I found it so interesting because he was from Texas,
Mhm.
and his vacation spots are Napa Valley,
Uh-huh.
Cabo,
Uh-huh.
Destin, Florida,
Uh-huh.
and he sometimes does Utah, like a skiing trip.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's like the type that he had his own plane.
Oh.
He just happened to be flying commercial because he was just going for 24 hours to an expo. But
Jeez.
like he had a lot of money that he could spend, but he felt Disney is too expensive. I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting, but to that, I'll just say, we each have our whatever our priorities are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could say, oh well, I'm not gonna go to Disneyland because it's way too expensive. But on the other hand, I really like to collect Porsches, so that's where all my money goes. Well, then you would go, well, I wouldn't spend that much money on Porsches. Yeah, but I really like that. That's what makes me happy. And you can say, well, that's fine, but I like to spend my money at Disneyland if I can afford it. I'm not going to go broke going to Disneyland, but that's how I like to budget my money for. So we each have our little vices that right?
Yeah, and our own types of vacations. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
are fun to us.
Yep.
Because I mean, the places he mentioned I think, would be a lot of fun to go to.
Sure,
But
sure.
What when it comes down to it, I like to pick a Disney trip
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yep.
Yep.
That's just what we enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. So Udi's sitting at a 4, but
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we can get that to a 5. 4.5 soon. 4.5 out of 5. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm pretty excited about everything I'm seeing.
Every
Me
day
too.
is a new day.
Every day is a new day. I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm okay with not going for 4 or 5 months right now, just because of the other priorities.
It's gonna be hot too.
Yes, it is going to be hot. My girls do not like going in the heat. I don't think Wendy does either, but I don't necessarily mind. I don't mind. See, I don't really mind like biking in the heat or being outside that much. So, plus, I know ways of keeping cool, and that's actually one of the questions I asked about how do you keep cool in the summer on Instagram, and the answers were just, drink more. And then basically go on the water rides. I was hoping to get some other answers besides the obvious, but anyways.
Something that we did this when we went last May, and we're going to do it in July, is Tim rigs up a fan on the stroller that he got at like Home Depot.
Yeah.
But it blows out a mist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd have to have a stroller or like a scooter. You couldn't just walk around with it necessarily, but it was convenient.
Right, and those ice towels work. Those are phenomenal.
the
Yeah,
ice towels.
yep,
Uh-huh.
those are great, and you can just get those like refreshed at every watering place.
I think I actually have one right here too. But we also have these fans. We used to wear them like golfing.
Oh, yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you just put them on your neck and.
Okay, well, we're not cool enough for those, so then I am. But I would definitely do the towels.
Nope.
You want
No,
the
the towel I will.
Yeah.
I have 2 in my car.
What do you guys think? We're like a nerd family walking around in those.
a little
bit,
bit,
a little
maybe
bit.
perhaps.
We are a nerd family.
We're not judging here on the LTP.
Oh no, I am.
Not too much. All right. So today's episode, we're going to go over just the latest news. I think Udi's going to share some thoughts about Abu Dhabi.
Could be.
Could be. Who knows what this is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to go get a soapbox out of my garage?
Bro, I brought mine in.
Okay. Well, we'll try to keep that to a minimum for that because we don't know what it's going to be.
No longer than 25 minutes.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, 25.
All right. So before that, though, we have to do our pro tip of what to do beyond what the normal tour guide does, and then we're also going to talk about our favorite things to do at the Disneyland Hotel. So
Yay.
yeah. So before that, Becky, you say you had an opening question for today.
Yes, I have an opening question, and this could pick off the 25-minute rant. So we did have the announcement of Abu Dhabi.
Uh-huh.
If you could pick any other place in the world
Mhm.
for Disney to have announced that they're putting a park, where would you have chosen?
Not Abu Dhabi.
Not Stockton either. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would have been my choice.
No, would not have been your
Me
choice.
too.
Well, maybe it would have been. Oh, that's a great question to ask. Anywhere in the world. Okay. Anywhere in the world. That's a great question to ask. Huh.
I got mine.
Okay, you guys go. It might help me think of something.
Go ahead, Beck. Go ahead, Beck.
No, you go first.
Texas, easy one.
Oh,
That's what I was was gonna say.
Actually, that was my first guess.
Yeah,
but-
no. Without a doubt, I mean, when you look at it, plenty of open spaces.
Yes.
A government entity that is wanting to bring people in and has actively been doing that now for near a decade. Wanting to work with companies and people and everything. So Texas, come on down. Like the problem with Florida is a good example, and Disney's just screwing that up. But
what do you mean?
With what they're trying to do with the park, and instead of them expanding out, they want to demolish that.
Oh, I see.
All that crap.
I see.
Not to go off on that jag, but yeah, 100% Texas would be better. The only other thing that I could say would be and I don't say this as a definite, would be somewhere in the Northwest, but the problem is that the winter and the inclement weather is too, like Idaho, Ohio, Utah, Colorado, all good open areas. They could feed off the land. They could really make something really cool. The problem is the weather is way too inclement, and it wouldn't be like theme park. It would be like a resort. It would be more like Alani, that kind of thing, where you're like, okay, we're not going to go full on like theme park, but we can have. So could they do a resort, like a ski type thing, like they talked about doing up here?
Yep.
Could they do that? 100%. They could. This is why I get frustrated with Abu Dhabi. I'm not going to start there, but
no,
because here in the continental United States, home of Disneyland and Disney Corporation, there is plenty of opportunity here. Okay, so Texas for another theme park, and anything. There's tons of places they could do. You could do New York, you could do Montana, you could do Utah, you could do Washington, you could do Oregon, you can do Arizona, for goodness sakes. There are so many things you could do. You could go there. Okay, I'll stop. There are plenty of places they can go where they can put the Disneyland brand into something meaningful for the population of the continental U.S. They could do it in freaking Alaska, man. Could you do a Disney tour going up to resort in Alaska for that whole thing? Can you imagine? But no, we're just going to put a foreign country.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Yep.
They could even do something in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Really?
Yup. All kinds of
And that's where I was thinking Texas, because there is so much open land. It's not, I don't think that they have to go through all the hoops that you have to go through even in like California to build something.
Yeah.
So you have that, and then weather gets hot and humid, but that is better than it being snowy, cold, wet.
Okay.
I mean, maybe debatable to some, but I think I would think from a maintenance standpoint, because I know they have like Six Flags there that seems to do well. Yep. Is kind of their big thing. Maybe Tennessee.
Maybe.
Too, but that's also kind of pretty close to Florida.
Well, you have.
Overall.
I mean, Florida deals with hurricane. When you go into that area, you have
just rain.
Right. You have tornado and hurricane weather, so it would have to be like a hard look at the almanac and kind of figuring out what weather patterns and what are you going to do. And I will bet $1 million that the coding will be very appropriate to whatever area.
Yeah.
So how they have to build something and blah 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 blah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I liked all your ideas. It makes me think. So I did first think of Texas, and only because
that's the easy one.
Well, easy for the people like on the West Coast to go, gosh, I'm never going to be able to go to Florida, but I could go to Texas.
It's a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
I know. To go to Florida?
No, Texas.
6 hours?
4.
No, it's got to be less than 6.
I got to Dallas in 2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
Then, yeah. No, it isn't that far.
Yeah. And whenever I flew back, my connection from Austin to Phoenix was like the same distance.
You know, I had that in my mind because the last time I flew, even in that general direction, was into Chicago, and that was a 6-hour flight coming back.
Yeah, it's about 5.5 to Florida, I think 6, depending on headwinds, I guess. But going over there is faster than it is coming back. I was going to say. So I would say Texas would be something I would highly consider. Just, and even people on the East Coast go, well, it's so daunting to go out to California, but we can go to Texas. You know, there's like it's kind of halfway. I like the land idea. I'm also kind of interested. I would be interested in also considering like Marceline, Missouri, where he was born.
But okay, go ahead.
But I mean, that would pay homage to Walt Disney. So I would consider that. But when you mentioned the snow, it got me thinking about if this is going to be a castle park, which I would want it to be.
Yeah.
I've seen Paris when it's been dumping snow.
True.
Yeah, but
And I think it looks beautiful.
how often?
Oh, I don't know.
That
But I mean, but as you said, they could absolutely engineer it so that portions would be covered in the snow, and they could actually. It doesn't have to be, and I would not want it to be like a replica of Disneyland.
No.
But I would like the Spoken Hub design. But gosh, they could really do like a Frozen Land out there, like literally.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Becky?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's a good point about Paris. The snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how often it snows in Paris.
I don't know either. I don't
know that much about it.
I'm
I know
not
it does.
But they could do some interesting things if they knew that was going to be the weather.
Yeah.
But they want to bring, I don't know. So, I mean, it would probably have to be somewhere where it wouldn't be dealing with, I mean, that's why we've got Anaheim.
Yeah.
I guess the thing with Missouri would also depend on, like, what is their population like to be able to staff it.
Yeah, well,
sure.
There will be a part of that, but
people will come.
Well, yeah, but you also have to be very aware of the people who live there already, and they may not even want it there. They may be like, no, I don't want any of that around me.
Yeah.
Could happen.
If I had a vote at Team Disney, I would probably stick to somewhere in North America.
Yeah.
And I would probably pick for somewhere that's in the middle of everywhere that people could.
That's what I think, like something, because like you said, being on both coasts, coming from California, getting to Florida, it's not just the getting there, it has to be a longer trip because it takes you so long to get there.
Yep.
If it was somewhere that's only a couple hour plane ride, that's easy. And then same with the other direction, it's harder for people from Florida to get out here.
Right.
Okay. You can't just make that a weekend trip.
No, you cannot. No. Okay, well, that's a good opening question. All right, well, let's get over to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
All right, well, so first item here, I didn't put it in the news, but it just happened like over the weekend, was that that bathroom. Did you see the bathroom? I sent you guys the link. The bathroom in Adventureland. The walls have been up there for 18 months, 2 years, 24 months, and it got revealed that there's a brand new fountain out there. Did you see that, Becky?
I just looked at it right now. That looks amazing.
Right?
That looks so good.
It looks so much better. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea they would look like that.
I didn't either. I thought they were just gonna just patch the wall and put something up there, but I think it looks fabulous.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
The little touches, Udi, little touches that are possibly moving the dial to 4.2.
Start. No, Mark.
No? We're not a 4.2 yet?
No, not yet. It's gonna take a lot more than a fountain, man.
Okay.
Well, it adds
maybe
to the atmosphere.
Huh?
It adds to the atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean I really like it. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks beautiful. The flowers in front of it look beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Very well done.
Yeah. At the time of that was probably Thursday or Friday. I don't think the fountain was actually operational yet, but it probably
is not.
It is now, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, these are the things that are how would I put it? They're Band-Aids. So they're cool. I like them, but it's like that nice, cool character Band-Aid you're putting on. Like, oh well, it looks pretty. We're gonna cover up the wound, though. But anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I like it.
Go dark.
I like it, and I'm glad they're doing things like this.
Still like it.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully we'll get some better pictures of it or some video of it in
That would be good.
Yeah. Okay, so first news item, Udi wanted me to put this in, is Disneyland Magic Key passes are on sale again and how to get them. The two most expensive annual pass tiers, the Inspire and Believe, go on sale on May 20th.
You don't say.
I don't. The on again, off again sale are back again, this time with a new twist, as the Anaheim theme park prepares for a year-long 70th anniversary celebration that kicks off. Well, it's kicked off now. The two most expensive tiers of the Magic Annual Passes, Inspire, I believe, will go on sale on the 20th, no earlier than 9 a.m. Indy time. The two least expensive tiers, Enchant and Imagine, the dregs of society, if you will. This is where I belong.
Plebes.
Yeah. Yes, we will not be available for purchase. So that's a shocker. Disneyland is billing the Magic Key annual passes as a great way to visit Disneyland over and over again during the 7th anniversary celebration that kicks off. Yeah, it kicked off already. Disneyland starts and stops Magic Key sales several times a year, depending on Udi's attitude, as a way to manage the annual pass program. Oh my God. Typically giving a few days notice before the sale starts and halting the sales of individual tiers
whenever they want to.
Without warning, without reason, they do this. Okay, blah, blah, blah. They're all, they sell out fast, so they know that there's a demand for it. So there's some extra information, but the Magic Key prices last increased in October. So the one that I got, it was like $859, now sitting at $974. The Imagine Pass, which is the Southern Californian one, is $599, which is the price we paid for AP Flex. Mm-hmm. And the other two tiers are $1374 and $1749, which is ridiculous for what you get. Those top ones, at least the top ones, should not have any blackout dates whatsoever. No reservations. You come and go as you please. But that is not the case. That's not the world we're living in right now. Disneyland killed its original decades-old annual pass holder program during the COVID-19 pandemic and unveiled the new Magic Key replacement in 2001. Within a few months, the Magic Key tiers began selling out. Since then, Disneyland has restarted and paused Magic Key sales several times. Existing key holders can renew during the month before expiration. So nothing new under the sun for this. We're going to sell these top two ones again for a limited time. Udi, tell us why they're doing this.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't because it is illogical. So
people want to know. People need your spiritual guidance on this.
Okay, well, here we go. As you're reading the article, mm-hmm. I found something really funny, or interesting, rather.
I missed a line or two?
No. Oh. It said, wait. I want to find it so I quote it properly.
They paused without warning?
No.
Okay.
Oh, here it is, and I will read it again. Disneyland is billing the Magic Key annual pass as a great way to visit Disneyland over and over again during the 70th anniversary celebration that kicks off May 16th and runs through in summer of 2026. You want to know what would be another great way to encourage people to come to Disneyland over and over and over again?
Tell us.
Stop restricting when people can go.
Oh. But it's this exclusivity.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, as you read that, I went, no. I want to grab people by the head at Disney Corp and be like, stop. Because, the other part of it that I found very interesting in the article is the breakdown of the percentages of the price increase.
Yeah, that infuriates me. It infuriates me.
In a world where law is... In a world where people are hollering and yelling about... And this is a real world because this is it. No. They're hollering about the top percent and blah, 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 and fair share and all... Which, mind you, I think is all BS. Whatever. I don't care.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm talking about real world where people are saying the 1% and...
We're not going down that
exactly.
nonsense.
That's what I'm saying. But look at what... Look at who Disney, and looking at it, you can tell right there. I read it. Okay, so I will break it down. The Inspire Pass has gone up by 6%. That's the high-end one, correct?
Yep.
The Believe, these are going top to bottom, the Believe has gone up by 10%.
Yep.
Okay. Now, we all know that the Inspire is going to be the super fanatic or the person who has money and they just do it because they have money and will go for whenever they go and have a good time. Good
Yeah.
for them. You can afford it, have at it. The Believe is going to be for the enthusiasts, the ones that are going to be going to the park often and they're really into Disney and they love the park like us. And if we could afford that, we would do that. But it's a 10% increase. Now, here is the one that is the gut punch for everything. These next two.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the bottom infuriates me to the no end, and I'll get to it why. The Enchant Pass, which would be where all of us would fit. Like, if I'm going to get one, that is where I'm going. That is already, and where Mark is, and I'm sure Becky, if you get, would be there too. That one has gone up by nearly 15%, so 14.7%. That is more than double the high end.
Yeah.
Okay? And then 50% more than that next step down. I.e., the bulk of the people who are buying passes, there it is. Now, I get it in a sense because, hey, there are more there. We increase there. We make more money, right? That's where I get frustrated because these are the people who want to go and are going to be willing to spend their hard-earned money, most likely. Obviously, I'm being, I'm being just, it's my opinion, that they're going to go there, and these are the people. These are right here in the Enchant Pass and the Believe Pass. These are the Disney faithful.
Yeah.
Right here. And to see those increases hitting them. Now, the one on the bottom pisses me off to no end. Okay, so that would be the Imagine, or what we call the local pass, right? The pass for the locals. The least expensive out of all of them.
The SoCal Pass.
Correct. The SoCal Pass. That one has gone up 20%. So that is Disney going, hey, well, Disney corporate, going to Disney and going to the Disney people who live there, go there, want to go to the park, be there as much as they can. They're around it. They have the flexibility to go into the park and have that. We're going to throw the lion's share of the increases on you guys because why not?
Wait a minute, so it's 20% increase from $5 to $5.99. So that made it was what, $4.80 before? Is that my math correct?
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
$4.80 before.
No, it's too high.
Well, 20%. Oh, quickly doing the math on that.
Trying to do the math in my head.
If it's 20% increase, and the result is $600. So that must have.
Well, and not to mention the blackout dates on that
Right,
one.
right.
So anybody who's local that wants to buy that for their family, they can't.
They
go
can't
on
do
the
that. They
weekends.
can't even go.
Oh, and
They
you
can't
you
go
can't
during
right.
breaks from
So.
school.
And you can't use the bathrooms either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then lockers are like 3 times as expensive. But anyway, when I look at this is the things that make me mad at Disney Corp. These are the things that pull me away from going to the park because, wow, now mind you, I don't care how people. It is none of my business how you use your money. I care not. I work hard for my money, and I don't want anybody in me telling me, well, you should do this with your money. Get out of here. But what I have a problem with is when you have a corporation, Disney Corp, looking at the people who are coming in and are the Disney faithful, and they're picking on them.
Yeah.
And this is so
that's like bullying.
I won't go that far.
Oh.
What it is them looking at people who really they know are going to give their money because they love the park and are taking advantage of people.
Yes.
And that is the sector that they're pushing out. And so if they wanted to be real, and if they actually wanted to be what they say they are, you know who they would be increasing these on?
Yes.
It would be the top one. It would be, no, you're going to get a 10% increase, but we're going to give you more. That is the problem with these. And now the artificial scarcity, I'm not going to go into because we've been at it in nauseam because they will not stop.
Okay.
It is a sham. It is a lie.
Okay.
It needs to go away, along with the reservation system.
Again, though, when we brought this up on the LTV Lounge, is this spot between $5.99 and $9.74. There's a natural spot for like $700,
and they won't do it.
And that
they will not do it.
My only hope with all this is that once Iger is gone, that whoever takes his place is going to realize that some of the stuff needs to change.
The thing is.
Oh, the thing. What's the thing?
I agree with you.
Oh.
The problem will be who that person is and where they come from.
All right. Well, I'm sure this is a topic that's going to keep coming up.
Oh, well, until it is corrected properly, yeah,
Yeah.
it will never go away.
It seems like a very simple thing to do.
Yeah,
And I don't understand why they're not doing it.
yeah. Again,
Well, yeah, especially with people are going to be excited and on a high from being there for the 70th.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just and like I would have people out there just, hey, do you want to upgrade? Like maybe not salesy, but like somebody available. So if somebody has questions and wants to just upgrade their ticket while they're there, they can do it.
Yep.
Not this business of, oh, only these ones are available, not this, and now you're just pricing certain people out.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think this thing needs to get I mean, I don't know. If this should be one of my priorities if I came in as a CEO, is this needs to get addressed.
yeah, I think the thing that would help a lot, and I think we talked about it last time, or I did, was the image of, or maybe I talked about it during LTP, the lounge, but the image of the park and the way that people look at Disney Corporation is definitely affecting the park. So these are the things to begin to turn that around, and AP, ticket pricing, offerings are all part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney has to be a little bit more. What's the word I want to say? More cognizant.
Aware, more cognizant
of the road. There, we're celebrating the 70th, right?
Yeah.
You want to be around for another 70? You need to keep on looking at that.
Okay, the only thing that I would say to counter, just for conversation space, is...
I don't want to hear it then.
Okay, that's fine. We can move on to the next.
No, go ahead.
Is if three of us are sitting around and we're part of the decision makers for Disneyland, we understand that the demand outweighs the supply for this park.
Yeah.
And you need to somehow regulate that.
Yeah.
Because if they let the floodgates open and not have reservations and that made it cheaper, everyone's going to go.
Yeah.
And the guest experience is going to be reduced, and they're going to have a lot more complaints.
Okay, question. Oh, no, go ahead. I have a counter. Your counter.
So how do you reasonably go, we want everyone to experience the park. We want our beloved guests that want to go more than one time. We want to offer them annual passes. But we don't want the overall guest experience to be negative where, oh, I'm not going to Disneyland because it's too crowded. I can't do anything, but there's a balance somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
You want to know how okay.
Does that make sense, Becky?
It makes sense.
Okay.
I'm like thinking it out where my mind initially goes to, but it's not a way to get people actually into that park. But it's making a pass that's kind of good for everywhere. So, like, you could have this pass and go to Florida. You could have it go to Disneyland. You could maybe get a discount on an Alani stay or a cruise. But that's kind of different.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I will tell you how you mediate the complaint and mediate the unhappy or the potential unhappy park experience.
Okay.
Make the park a place where you won't feel that way. Now, what I mean by that is get your cast members hospitality to the nth degree like it used to be. Return the park to a pristine, clean, well-oiled, functioning machine. Okay? Return the park to getting things that are more included with what you got going on. Okay? So therefore, what I mean by that is that when you go back, and this is me going back a little bit, attraction going 101, rarity.
Yeah.
The park, something not being painted or being dirty, rarity. Hearing a complaint about a cast member or anything else like that, rarity. Okay. Super rare. You hardly ever hear about it, right? The image of the park is pristine. Walt wanted that way, right?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish. And then by that, okay, you heighten the quality and what you're giving that person a person is going to be more willing, like, yeah, the park's really full. This kind of sucks, but I'm still finding all of this good stuff in here. So, yeah, I don't get to as much as I maybe want to.
Yeah.
But the overall from beginning to end. How is that attraction? Awesome. How is the food? Amazing. How is that cast member? Great. How is the park? Beautiful, clean. Did you have to get evac'd off a ride? No, I didn't. What is that? Yeah. So what would be the downside? It was a little crowded, and I couldn't quite ride everything I wanted. Oh, okay, that kind of sucks. But everything else was cool. Yeah, everything else was amazing.
Well, I also think too, like going on to that is make sure that there are shows up and running.
All of that is included.
Dead
All of it.
spots.
All of it.
Yeah,
All of it.
exactly. Because now you have a place where you can have more people in because there's more things people are doing.
Right.
I also think it wouldn't hurt them when somebody's paying what $17.49 for a pass to have a free lightning lane included on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nonsense. Yeah.
Or even everybody, like after 1 p.m. you have lightning lane, or before 1 p.m. you have free lightning lane. I don't know.
Well. You see, but what you're highlighting or what you're bringing up is more the minutia. Basically, what I'm saying, like, okay, we're going to add so much value to it that you're not going to complain about it that much. So it's exactly the opposite of where I am right now. Right now, I'm like, hey, I really want to go, but the downsides outweigh that. Now you're going to go. You have to flip that. 200% is like, I want to go, and the upsides far outweigh any of the downsides. So because going to the park when we're growing up, and much through our adult life, the complaint you heard, it was busy and full.
Yep.
That was it.
Right. Oh yeah. That's right. That was it. Yeah.
So can we go back to that, please? Can we go back to that? Didn't the park look ugly? This cast member was rude. I'm paying too much for this. I'm not getting enough for that. You think about the litany of things that we hear negative about the park versus what we did growing in the past. It was busy and it was really full.
Well,
okay.
So to that point, though, I think my biggest gripe is that some attractions are 101. Some experiences are not available when you go.
Always.
But
you minimize that.
But I am a stickler for how the park looks, and I haven't. The last couple of times I've gone, I have had zero complaints.
Good.
And I'm literally looking for it. Going, okay, what can I really get upset about? I can't.
Good.
As far as that goes. I mean, what?
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Is that because your expectations dropped?
No, it does not. Okay. Absolutely not. Not with Disneyland.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Six Flags, they would drop.
I think that at the interactions with cast members, I have felt have been very good again.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Or I feel like that has gotten back to what it was.
You know what? And honestly, hearing that from you guys makes me happy because then I'm like, okay, there you go, Disney. Like, we're gonna be people. Here, people that are critical of the park and know what it should be like. Mm-hmm. And then when you have people who are like, no, it's regaining that. Good. See, that makes me feel better. Yeah, no, it does. I mean, it does. And I mean, I'm thinking about how I feel about it. And I'm also knowing that you're probably a little more critical than I am about it. And I go, well, Udi would probably think that this was good. Mm-hmm. There wasn't anything that I thought, oh, yeah, Udi would lose his mind, except TBA. I go, I thought Udi's not going to like this one iota. I mean, he might think some of it's cool as far as the colors and the what? And the tech.
And the tech,
but
and
the tech,
the storyline, no, I go, man, I'd love to just have Udi just go on a rant.
You will at one point.
Ooh.
At one point. It will happen. It will happen.
Okay. Well,
but I do see what you mean, because the point of when you're buying a annual pass anywhere, it's to build value.
Yeah,
it is.
So that you have some sort of value, not so that you're spending the same amount of money you would spend if you just chose to go those times.
Right.
The APs, I feel like Disneyland corporate has flipped it from it being a positive to something they have to deal with, rather than it looking as a building block and a commitment from the consumer to that park. It is a commitment to that park and to that company. So they have definitely flipped that, being, oh God, why? As opposed to other theme parks who are trying to build up their rep and build up their product. They look at it as a positive. No, we need the investment from people, because then we can figure out what we need to build on and where and how, what our demand is and what we can do to improve. The benefit of not being number one is you have a clear vision for that, i.e. Universal.
Yeah.
That's the downside of it being Disney for so long and Bob Iger and the corporate board and everything sitting on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Way too comfortable up there.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
Well, that was the first news item. Udi, I wish you had an opinion on this.
I
But.
have zero opinion.
All right, let's shift gears and
On
talk.
to the good stuff.
Disney Monorail debuts a new 70th anniversary wrap. The Disneyland 70th anniversary celebration began last week, and the monorails, well, they're jumping into the fray with a celebration here. They have a new wrap in honor of the event. The new wrap features the Disneyland Resort 70 logo in light blue, purple, and pink. All colors are used in the 70th anniversary design. Above the 70 is a pink silhouette of the Sleeping Beauty castle turrets. Along the bottom of the monorail are gold, blue, and purple stacked lines, which continue down each monorail car. Yep. So I love the fact that they use the monorail to advertise certain things around the park, whether it's a new movie I've seen them do or just to celebrate the park in general. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on Lounge. We covered a lot of the new products coming out for the...
the merchandise.
The merch.
Ooh, I'm so excited about this.
One of the things that we both commented on, we both really liked, was the iconography of the castle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this falls in line. Like, we can argue the color palette and the colorway, that's fine, but overall, I think that looks great. I mean,
Yep.
I love the castle, the number, everything just flows. And for me, like, apparel-wise, I would never wear that colorway, but that looks really good.
That's the thing, is we both love we love the iconography on it, but the color palette, it didn't resonate with me as much as probably other people.
I think there are going to be a ton of people, and not to sound sexist, but a lot of females are going to be like, ooh.
Yeah, well,
it's
Becky,
really bright.
Becky, what do you think?
100%, I think that he's right, because I love the colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely, I think that they're more. I mean, I don't want to say that if there is somebody male listening that is like, oh, I love these colors.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But
yeah.
I think, like, by and large, however, I did like. Because even the blue is kind of. To me, it reminds me of Cinderella, the pink or the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that. So I love it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't speak to me. And no matter what, I prefer darker colors, anyways, like a black or a gray or a dark blue. I'd be interested in, or dark green.
Well, I mean, and there is something we said, something that we would wear or put up or whatever, and we can still look at something like that and go, like, that is cool.
It's good.
Yeah.
I do think too. The red in there, which is the monorail, right? The red
Top of the cap.
is just the monorails, like
Normal color.
basic color, right?
Yeah, monorail red. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the colors look good with the red against it too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
To me, the red feels a little more masculine.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe they could incorporate it.
But the way they delineated both with the white and it kind of breaking it apart and then having I nothing but love that thing. It's pretty cool looking. Like, I saw the picture when you sent that out, Mark. I'm like, that looks cool. I like it. I may not always appreciate the colors or like the colors, but I can look at something and I'll say that's clean.
Yep.
And when I find, and I lean and gravitate towards designs that are clean and they have this nice, distinct look about them, and they're very, they have, like, presence, I guess is a better way to put it. So the iconography with Disneyland and the castle, it's like boom, and it tells you right away what's going on.
Yep. For sure. Yep, it's great.
Yep.
Good take from you, Udi.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and this is just the Matterhorn red. I think there's a yellow or a blue or something.
They're blue, red. Is it yellow?
Oh, there's 3 trains, right?
Might be yellow, but I know the blue and the red.
Yeah, I don't know what is it. It's yellow seems right to me, or maybe it was. Someone who's smarter than me is going to know that.
Or he's going to know.
Yeah.
I don't even remember because the monorail's been down.
Oh, yeah.
No, the blue is very reminiscent to the blue that is on there now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
From what I remember, which I haven't been on it for a little bit.
Let's call a new name. Okay. The next item is Magic Key exclusive cooler bag available for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. A new Magic Key exclusive 70th anniversary celebration insulated cooler bag is now available at the resort. The bag is rectangular in shape with a Velcro flap lid over the top, and the front has a cartoon-style image of Sleeping Beauty Castle with the Disneyland Magic Key word mark. The gold crest on the top of the image also has D70 for the Disneyland 70th anniversary. It's a Magic Key thing. It's got like a container that in the middle, like a divider, so you can have this person has popcorn on one side and water on the other side.
Look at the back of it.
Let me see the back. Is that the front or the back?
That's the back.
Okay.
Look
what
at
one? The purple one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I love the banners. Look at what they have on there.
Oh, it's got the Matterhorn.
Yep.
Is that Buena Vista?
Yeah.
Pixar Pal Around and Space Mountain.
Yeah. The marriage of the both. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that style of banner. And I really do like the front of it. Or I mean, maybe we can call it the front with the castle and all that. This is the kind of stuff I like they do because it harkens back to Disney, original Disney.
Yes.
And Walt.
It does.
And
it feels so classic.
Exactly. You look at it and all classic Disney in everything. I mean, from top to bottom. So I saw that and went like, wow, I don't care about an insulated lunch bag.
Yeah.
But you can look at the iconography and the design of it and go like, well, that's kind of cool.
I would love if they made a bag.
Like a bag, like a tote?
Like a bag that I could get like a purse.
That was insulated?
No, it didn't need to be insulated. Just
like a tote, like a general tote.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
See, I like that. I love it when they do this kind of stuff because it is a classic feel, and then they begin to incorporate more. I love that because, they always talk about Disney being a thing of like, how do you marry the past with the future and how you look forward. You always got to be looking forward, and it's little kind of tiny things like this that help do that. It helps keep that mentality across the entirety of the company and the park. So little things like that, it's awesome.
Yeah, to be honest, I would get one of these. I mean, I'm not a Magic Key holder, but if I was, even though I don't technically need one, I would still get it. I could bring peanut butter and jelly for the kids. We could go golfing.
Yeah.
Or just, lots of places it'd be useful.
Yep, absolutely.
And the utilitarian side of it is not bad.
True. Yeah, and that's one thing. We're not talking about the merchandise so much today. I mean, I might get that during the course of this celebration as we have actual trip reports.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
because there's so much cool stuff that that Udi and I were just going over the other day.
5% of it is awesome.
Yeah, 5% is awesome. A lot of it is like I'm not interested, but that
reminds me actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you guys this because before I was on the show, there were a lot of times that when the Magic Bands were popping up, you guys were talking about the Apple Watch and having the band, or being able to, not the band, to use your Apple Watch. Why would you need a Magic Band?
Yeah.
And I didn't get it because I didn't have an Apple Watch at that time. Now I've had one now since like January, and I love it. I happen to just be taking a break today, but I love it. And I saw the 70th Magic Band, and I loved the style. And I thought, I want this. Then I thought, wait, I can't have two like watches on my arm. That wouldn't be comfortable. And then I went to, why can't I just buy this band to go on my Apple Watch? Because I would get it right now and start wearing it. I loved it. Yeah. So I guess all that to tell you guys, you were totally right. And I didn't even know it until now.
I want to make a snarky comment, but I'm not.
No, Udi's,
it's okay.
Udi's completely correct with the Apple Watch. Yeah, he is.
It is.
I wasn't
it just makes so much sense.
Yeah, Udi had it long before I did.
Yep.
And he finally, and in fact, I bought yours off of yours.
Correct.
Off of you.
You need another one? I got another one.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm happy with my Nike version.
Okay, well.
I love this one.
Don't break that one.
Well, I have the warranty on it.
Okay, good.
I never fully got it until now. I became just loving everything about it.
Yep.
And it's almost like a lifeline in a sense, Like I could see if I see somebody texting that, it's not important or something I need to know, or just like keeping track of health data.
Yep, health data is key for this thing. Yep.
It's so easy to work once you're used to it.
You know how many times I've been on a ladder in a rafter and my phone begins to go off. I'm like, son of a, I don't know who it is. And I look down, and I'm like, oh, I don't need to talk to you.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's spam.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
this news segment is sponsored by Apple Watch. You can get it at your local Apple reseller.
Timmy, slide it. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, and Disney, if you're listening, I know that of course they make some bands.
No,
but
I mean,
do those.
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, they need to stylize some of these bands. License somebody, give somebody a license or whatever, and go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's besides the point of actually making the watch useful there.
Yeah.
Well,
course.
that
Of
would be
course.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yay for the cooler, yay for the iconography on this. I think it's great. Oh shoot, where are we? Okay, sorry. The next news item, actually, I did not know about this until my friend Justin at work, he and I the other day were getting a coffee, and he goes, oh, because he's going to go at the end of the month with his family. I'm stoked for him, and I'm curious to see how it's all going to go out with him. I mean, I just want to hear his trip report and everything. But anyways, he brought up this new lightsaber, and I go, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, new parts.
So anyways, I decided, hey, I'm going to make a new segment out of it. So thank you, Justin, for contributing to the LTP episode 221 on this one. A new Savvy's Workshop lightsaber offering. Savvy's Workshop hand-built lightsabers will soon debut a brand new hilt that's actually available now. A new hilt theme called Reclaimed and Reforged at Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort. This new limited time offering will be available on Planet Batuu starting May 4th, 2025, while supplies last. Guests will be able to build their own lightsabers from scraps that have been scavenged by different pirates throughout the galaxy and made their way to Batuu. Reclaim and Reforged new Savvy's Workshop lightsabers. Sorry, I read that twice. All right, I'll skip that up. The remains of ancient battles, crashed ships, and other abandoned pieces of scrap can be found all over the galaxy. To most people, it may look like junk, like to Becky and I. But to the resourceful Jedi that Udi is, it may just be the key to constructing a new lightsaber. In the new hilt theme titled Reclaimed and Reforged, guests will be able to build their own lightsabers from scraps. Yeah, as I mentioned before. Anyways, when brought together, they form something entirely new, yet forever bound to the mysteries of the past. So here we are. There's some screenshots of what these things look like. And I got to say, I think these look pretty cool. I like the colors on one of them, the gold and the colors at the end. I don't know. What says you, Eddie, since you're the person who's done it a few times and this is more of your league?
Well, honestly, I'm not. They're okay. I mean, and let me tell you why. I like any time that somebody can go in and go build their lightsaber.
Yeah.
And have the experience that they have. It is great. It is fun. It is a once in a lifetime type of thing for
some people, but it's a 3 in a lifetime thing
for
for
me,
you.
yeah, but but I mean the initial one.
Yes.
And then the ability to create a few and make them your own is amazing. It is a lot of fun. Now, I can appreciate that. Now, to me, I'm looking at the offerings and they don't speak to me. They really don't.
Okay.
But I'm not going to fault anybody if they're like, dude, that is the coolest thing ever.
Has
Because
Tim
I'm gonna
done
be
this,
like,
Becky?
Yeah, Tim's done it.
Okay, so
let me just highlight this thing real quick. And one of the pictures that I'm looking at, and this has been a common issue.
Okay.
With some of these parts. And this is going in the real world. If you look at the bottom one.
Yes.
Okay, in your picture is the hilt, the middle hilt with your igniter switch.
I see it.
Is out of alignment with the rest of it.
I see that too, yeah.
So I had to take mine, and if you go to mine, you're going to see mine are all aligned, okay? Mm-hmm. And I have, I didn't mix and match. I mean, maybe I changed the igniter switch with something else, but mostly the same, right?
Yeah.
My pommels are one of them are leather, the other one are not. Anyway, but...
Are your pommels leather, Becky, or no?
I'm not sure. I would have to maybe have you look at it for me.
Okay,
Tell
we'll
me.
we'll do that later.
But anyway, I had to do things with my parts to make sure that they align tightly.
Yes.
And they didn't come loose and didn't rattle. So that has been always the thing. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh man.
Justin had mentioned that he had seen a video where the kyber crystal it glows from the inside of this one, like in the middle.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
And that is kind of cool. I haven't seen it, but that would be something that I would be. Well, I'm not going to get this, but I don't know. I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just let me ask you this just real quick. I mean, I should know this because I went in with you once, but there's 4 options, right? Or 5 options now?
6.
When you go,
There's more now. I got to relook at it.
but okay, but when you go in, when you pay for it, do you have to tell them which one you're going to build?
Yeah.
So you can't pick and choose from the 4 categories and build your own hybrid somewhere.
No.
Oh,
That was the way you did it before. You literally went in, and then you said, "I'm going to build that one," and then you have your kind of your mix in that category.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you couldn't do this reclaimed and whatever it
No,
is
no.
with the nature elemental. Okay, gotcha. All right, interesting.
You could once you've got a couple, then you can do it. Yeah, because if you look at it, and I haven't done it for a while now, mind you, so they may have changed it, but you got a pin. You got a little pin, and that pin was your identifier for the people,
Yeah.
the cast member, to be like, oh, they're building that one.
But
And then they bring up the tray of selection within that.
oh, I see. But aren't these parts tooled to go together all anyway?
You can, but they don't align well.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. All right.
So for anybody who doesn't know, I'll explain real quick.
Oh.
The lightsaber hilt that you build will be comprised of a few parts. Now, the igniter will kind of clamp over it, and then you have pieces you got to screw on, okay?
Yeah.
Top, bottom, hilt, whatever. The hilt, and then I forgot what the bottom part is called. Anyway.
I don't know.
You have to put them together. Now, they're threaded on, okay? So sometimes when you thread them, they will not align, and you can clearly look at it like this should be lined up
Yeah.
to make it look like one piece, and they're a little off.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do it. You can definitely do that. You can, like, I'm gonna take this one, and then you can totally play with them. And if you find a way to mix and match where you can make it look clean for you, then have at it. But yeah, when it comes to these, and this is part of the problem with that one that I saw, or I'm looking at, is like the igniter switch, I feel like needs to be in perfect alignment with the rest of it, and it's not. So that is how that works.
Okay.
So you're literally doing a lot of threading, thread piece on, thread piece on, thread piece on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, I'm glad they're doing this for the people. I know it means something to a lot of people, and I'm glad that it makes them happy. Yeah. All right. Next news item is Disneyland to rebuild talking tree outside of Enchanted Tiki Room. A 62-year-old animated talking tree outside the Enchanted Tiki Room that hasn't worked properly in years will be rebuilt during an extended refurbishment of the first Disneyland attraction to feature audio animatronic figures. The Enchanted Tiki Room did close on Monday, April 28th, and will be closed through at least late June, with the attraction expected to return this summer. The Tangaroa tree in the attraction's pre-show area will be rebuilt for maintenance reasons. A high-resolution scan of the tree will aid in creating a replica of the design. The Tiki Room will undergo maintenance work on lighting, sound, and show systems during the month-long refurbishment. Okay, I'll just say the Tangaroa tree tells stories and introduces himself as the father of all tiki gods and goddesses before inviting visitors inside. Yeah. So that's great. They're doing this. This makes Udi happy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anytime you take things that are classic to the park.
Yes.
And especially Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Marcy would be happy with you.
I know. I try. Yeah, and then they keep that going and don't let it wane and make it so people want to keep on going.
Yeah.
Because the last few times I've been gone into it has been pretty empty. And it makes me sad, but it's also want to recognize like the age of the blah, 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 and the people. But anytime they do anything to keep people keeping and coming in and wanting to keep people interested in the attraction, like, go for it.
Yeah.
And keeping with the theme and the overall feel of the attraction as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Becky, any thoughts on that?
I'm happy about it.
Okay.
I only like negative is I really hope that it's up when I go.
I hope.
I
hope.
Yeah, I will be disappointed if it's not.
Oh, I think you're golden. I mean, this is you're going right after. I mean, I honestly, I think they want to have everything as close to being done for July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
This picture, I want to be there right now, having a Dole Whip. I love it. Like I love the
Dole Whip,
like patio area.
Dole Whip float or Dole Whip regular?
Dole Whip float.
There you go. Right answer right there. Next news item is Disney has filed a permit to remodel the old FastPass distribution area in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout in DCA.
Mm-hmm.
The area will be turned into a dedicated dining area with seating and shade. For years, the area near the Guardians attraction housed a now unused FastPass distribution station, rendered obsolete during the shift to Genie Plus and Lightning Lane in recent years.
Garbage.
According to a source, the new permit will convert the space into an outdoor eating area, and it appears this may offer a fun theming since a metal awning, shipping container, and electrical work will be part of the design. Anyways, there's more thoughts about this. I don't know if it's going to be a restaurant or just like a place you can chill.
Eating area.
Yeah. Oh, so you're just going to eat in there. Okay.
Just like probably, walk your food over.
Yep, probably. And that is actually the last news item. But what did you guys think of that new section that is in New Orleans Square? That used to be the gift shop for Haunted Mansion. Now it's a sit down.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see that.
Okay, I felt like that was so random.
Completely.
Wait, I did see it.
Expecting it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, but so Becky, you thought it was random. You weren't expecting it.
No, I want to look at the picture again.
Okay.
Yeah, it is random, but they got to make use of that area, right?
And it's shocking that it's not a money-making section.
Well,
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. There's a bar you can belly up to. Oh, Becky.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, I remember like part of it. It's not a big area.
No.
This one is. I'm looking at a video where it's empty, so it looks a little bit bigger. But like coming in with a stroller and stuff, it would really be blocking up a good area. I mean, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how I feel. Like, I think I might need to see it in person.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
To be honest, like, I don't know that it's speaking to me, really. But I don't know that it's not. I'm kind of just fixed on it. There's certain parts of it, like walking in, look neat, but
is there only one way in? Or is there?
I can't tell if there's one way in or two
legally
ways.
you can't. You need to have one. You need to have an entrance and at least one egress. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I mean, I feel like it'll be congested.
It might be.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna side with Becky on this as well. Well, both of you guys. I need to see it in real time to see what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because there's certain parts, like going by where the bar area is, or like that's a fake bar, right?
Yeah. When I first saw it, I go, "Oh, they're serving drinks here or something."
Yeah, which that would be really cool. Or even if it was just like, I don't know,
that wouldn't
you
be
could
bad.
get a soda there or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that I guess they even have the bar because no one will be there.
Yeah.
Like to serve you a drink. I don't know. Like, I need to see it in person.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's nice to have a place you could sit. I'm trying to think because Tiana's, could you get something from Tiana's and walk over? Or like the soup
Yep.
place, the soup bowls.
Yep. You could do that. That's right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But again, though, you're not too far away from sitting next to the water's edge there by that new.
Right.
I'm not sure what like Lafitte's Landing. No, that's not what they're calling it. It's right below the Harbor Galley. How that extended seating there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We'll see how long this lasts.
I don't know. Probably not long.
Okay, it's a curious
either.
move.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the one by this one that the article is about probably will be longer. There is nothing really else but that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like, certain areas of it kind of remind me when I stayed at in Florida at Port Orleans, and they had the Scat Cat, but it was a bar with actual music and food.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of looked a little bit like that.
Yeah, but this would be too small for any of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it would.
I didn't need to see what's behind it. I mean, I maybe they can knock out a wall and make it a little bit bigger, but I would need to see what shop is behind it. Off the top of my head, I
can't think of anything.
No. Okay, well, that's all the news. Let's talk about. Let's give the listeners one pro tip for the park, and then we're going to Disneyland Hotel just real quick. All right, so on your next trip or whatever, tell us something that you should tell us, Becky, something that guests should do or know about to make their trip a little more magical.
Goodness.
I'm going to say something. Do not sleep on the canoes. I'm just going to say this. It's something often overlooked by people because, I don't want to get a workout. I'm here on my vacation. You don't have to paddle as much as you think. Number one, no other park has this. I'll just say that. And it is a great way to see a part of the park that you don't ever get to see from that level because you're never ever at that level going around the rivers of America, and you can casually paddle and take in the sights and seeing New Orleans Square when you come back around the rivers of America. It's really fun. It's really fun, and guests are waving at you, and it's fun just to do that. And so, especially if you have kids that say, "Hey, can we go on the canoes?" I'm not doing that. Just do it. Just do it. Even if you don't have kids, it is fun. I did it last time, or second to last time with Annika. We happened to be walking by, and I'm like, "Oh," and then she goes, "Oh, let's do the canoes." And Ariel goes, "No, I'll go sit down with a mint julep." I go, "Okay." Well, her and I did it, and it was so fun. And in fact, I took a selfie like midway through with her and I, so you don't have to really get that invested in paddling, but it's fun. And the person who's leading the canoe is very Jungle Cruise-esque. They're making comment.
Fun. Yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah, they're having fun. So I would say if you're there and you run by it, do take the time and go on it because no other Disney park has that.
I have a question. The ease of getting in and out of the canoes, like when we go with Tim's parents and they're a little bit older, do you think that there's ease for them to be able to get in and out? I mean, they're in great health.
I would say it probably isn't a big issue because the cast members are very friendly and very accommodating, and they'll help you in and help you out. Okay. Yep. I would say as long as they don't have like a knee issue or something, I would imagine. I suppose that could cause trouble, but if they're in good health, I think the ease of getting in and out should not be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's more than enough cast members there that'll help you just get out and like get in and stuff. So, yeah. Do it. Do it twice even.
I think I have mine.
Okay.
With the 70th going on, I'm going to say don't skip getting your picture in front of the castle with the 70th banner.
Okay.
I think that's something that you're going to want to remember down the road and will be a nice keepsake to look back on when they're celebrating the 90th or the 100th.
I'm moving around, but yes, I should be. I'll still be upset about the Matterhorn at that point. Tomorrowland will not be done. That is a good point. Do take a picture of the castle. Now, do you recommend you wait in line and let the Disney CMs do it for you, or do you just kind of do it on the side?
So, well, okay, I'm kind of biased, but this is probably like the woman in me and the mom in me.
Yeah.
So I don't pay a lot to get professional photos. I really should be better at like family photos.
Udi gets his done. Udi gets his pictures professionally done every other month, right, Udi?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Well, I have not been something good about that as a mom. However, when we go to Disneyland, that's when I get professional photos of the family. And so I do like it for that. Now, if you get there at rope drop, it's very easy to get a quick photo. So I never wait in line.
Yeah.
For what I mean, I haven't specifically done the castle in a couple trips, but even getting one by like the Walt statue and everything, if you're there rope drop, they can take it while you're even waiting for rope drop.
Oh.
So you can do it pretty fast.
So there's a pro.
That is a pro trip or pro tip.
On top of a pro tip. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Good. Udi? Get the lightsaber. Okay.
No, I'm trying to think of. There's a couple in my mind, but I'm going to go with the Hideaway. Okay,
that's going to be. Oh no, gotcha. Okay, sorry, there was my.
I can't think of the name. It just slipped my mind.
You're right. The Tropical Hideaway.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, I can't think of it. Tropical Hideaway. Now, a lot of people, I think, flow by it pretty quickly. They do. Because it's right in the corner.
Let me see if it's even on the Disneyland app. As you continue talking, I'll look.
And I think that it is a great place to go and sit down and kind of chill. Plus, you have Rosie up there talking to you. But no, it is a great alternative because you're right by the river, right by Jungle Cruise, rather. You know, the river of the Jungle Cruise. And it is the vibe there is incredibly cool. So don't just go by it. Like if you're walking by and you see it, like stop, go inside, like go in there, go get a lumpia, go get or get a Dole Whip and go hang out.
A Dole Whip float,
or a Dole Whip or a Dole Whip float. I've had that. Get a bow, get whatever. I mean,
sure,
and go hang out. The ability and this is why you gotta love Disneyland. The ability to put you in a place mentally where you forget you're in the middle of a metropolitan area cannot be like understated, like or overstated. It is amazing. It is amazing. So you could have everybody running around, blah 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 blah. Go hang out. Go sit there and just enjoy the atmosphere. It's cooler. You're in trees, and it is a good place to just hang out. So don't
solid
sleep on
answer.
Tropical Hideaway.
Do not. I will back that up 100%. Udi, question: Tropical Hideaway better at day or night for you?
They both have their own charm, but like most of it, night.
Yeah.
Like especially too, like as the sun is setting.
Yeah.
Because you have the tiki torches, and you really are. Udi's right on that. I mean, not only does that have sentimental value for us, in the early mornings, but at night is super nice.
And for everybody who doesn't know why, you want to tell them why, or I'll tell them why.
You can tell Moody.
Because that is where we were all together when we got our
boarding pass?
Our boarding passes for Rise on opening day.
Opening day, yes.
Yep. It was me, you, Jess, and Seth.
And Annika.
And who was that? It?
That was us.
Yeah.
5 of us, right?
Yeah. Am I forgetting somebody? I don't think I am. I have a picture. Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
And hugs all around, even from strangers.
Yep. High-fiving.
Aww.
Seriously.
Oh, no.
Seriously.
Yeah. You got in. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
It is great when you have a moment like that.
Yep. Absolutely.
I still have to find that video of the hub.
I love that.
Yeah.
The video of the hub over the cheering?
The hub, yeah. I mean, I remember day 2, remember?
Oh,
Jess was tasked again with getting them.
Yeah.
And I just sat in the hub recording. Once they went live, I started recording and having the wave of people just yell with excitement as they got their boarding pass.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a moment that you're just like,
Dude. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay. Last new section here was what are our favorite things to do? We're doing this. The randomizer does spit out all the lands, including all the lands in DCA, Disneyland, Downtown Disney, and the hotels. Last time we had Buena Vista Street, I believe. This time we have the Disneyland Hotel. So what are your favorite things to do at the Disneyland Hotel? We're not going to talk about staying. Oh, like getting the King Suite. I'm not talking about that. Is what do you like to experience there? Eat, hang out, chill, all the above. What is it you like to do so listeners will get a chance to maybe do that for themselves?
Sleep.
Udi likes to sleep at the Disneyland Hotel.
Never done it.
Okay.
Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's. 100% Trader
100%. Only reason to go. No,
No.
I'm kidding. But my reason to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot beat. We've talked about it ad nauseum. That is the way we finished off more than one night of a day at the park.
Mm-hmm.
A drink, atmosphere, having somebody play the ukulele, singing, and just everything is just so chill.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an amazing atmosphere that is hard to duplicate. Yep.
Nice segue from the Tropical Hideaway into that to you. There you go. You got a tiki theme going on for you. Becky, what about you for Disneyland Hotel?
So I really like the merchandise at the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Their merchandise. And there's something about, the last time I went, I don't know, that merchandise got me so excited for my stay.
Mm-hmm.
It made me want to stay there. I actually have been mad at myself that I didn't get one of their Loungefly backpacks because it was so nice. It was the old-fashioned Disney sign, and it said Disneyland Hotel.
Yep.
I loved it. So I really like seeing their special merchandise.
Okay.
I really like just walking around there, like on the inside, and you know how you see the Autopia car?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, I like just kind of looking at all of their pictures of the past.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes.
Yeah, to me, it feels like a really magical place. I have stayed there one time.
Yep, I've been there once.
Yeah, but I would love to stay there again in the future.
Yep, for sure. You do or do not go to Trader Sam's?
You know what? I want to go to Trader Sam's. No, it's not a regular place for
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
But I would love to go there. One of the trips, if family can maybe take the girls for a bit, I would love to go there with just Tim and I.
Yep, for sure. That sounds great. That sounds like a good time. So I will agree with everything you said, both of you. Trader Sam's, do go check it out. Day or night is great. We prefer, I prefer any time, but as Udi said, we have closed down many an evening or trip just grabbing a drink there and hanging out and stuff. And I know Udi doesn't like the panko crusted beans, but I'm telling you, those are good. Super good. And I do agree with going into the Disneyland Hotel, the Fantasyland Tower, because they do have Autopia car in there you can sit in, but they also have a bunch of historic stuff on the wall. There's that. I mean, like merchandise that they sold and weird things that you could just look at for 20 minutes. When you walk into the main lobby there, they also have a very interesting map of the whole park, which has lights on it that lights up with do you know what I'm talking about, Becky?
I know what you're talking about.
That is very cool to see that. And I'm going to second what Becky said about the Disneyland Hotel gift shop. There's always weird off the normal path items there. If you're looking for Disneyland Hotel specific stuff, they have that merchandise there as well. Much like the shop in Frontierland, where they just have weird things like Pioneer Mercantile. It's like they always have weird things at that store that you can't find in the main store. Same thing with Disneyland Hotel. Last thing I want to say about the Disneyland Hotel is that Udi and I walked through the Frontierland Tower, and there's a model replica of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and it is cool just to look at that thing.
Very cool.
You wouldn't even know that was there.
Nope.
So, I mean, it's like, it is, of course, isn't life size, but it's a model that they must have used to sell it and go, oh, this is cool, this is awesome. Adventureland Tower does not have anything interesting in it. You would think that would have a lot, but as far as I know, it just has a downstairs you can go to, and I think there's a bathroom down there.
Bathroom.
Yeah, that's about it. But that's pretty much what I like to do there. There's a coffee shop. Oh, well, I'm gonna say that Broken Spell Lounge, which I've not been to, but I mean I've been into it. And I've talked to people that work there. I've never had a drink or a dessert there, But that is something that I'm very interested in doing at the Broken Spell Hotel, which is right next to the Autopia card that Becky mentioned, which is next to Goofy's
right
Kitchen.
there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I would recommend doing that if Trader Sam's is too jammed. But Trader Sam's is worth the wait. So find something else to do. Yeah, so Disneyland Hotel, those are the things that we like to do as LTP members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to say too, I mean, of course, because it's Disney, but every cast member that walks around the Disneyland Hotel too is like the top of the top cast member, in my opinion.
Besides Philander.
Well, yes, of
Okay.
course.
Okay, yeah.
But arguably he could maybe he's walks by there sometimes. But yeah, I feel like everybody is always just so nice there.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, they're nice.
Yep.
All over the Disneyland Resort, but
Yeah.
there's just something really special.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll do one last pro tip for this is the Trader Sam's often has reservations that you can't get. They're booked up. Do not let that dissuade you from going. You've talked to a host or hostess there. Hey, we have a party of 3. Can we get in? More than often, they'll give you what's your number. They'll text you. We have something in 45 minutes. It's probably more like 15. If you don't mind sitting outside, I recommend sitting indoors if you can, because it's a whole show inside there, which is really cool. But if not, outside, as Judy said, there's always some music playing and the vibes are there. They will find a spot for you. Yes, so do not be dissuaded that they don't have reservations online. Okay.
Here at the LTP, we know that you're always looking to plan your next Disneyland getaway. That's why our good friends at the Eden Rock Hotel are now offering a discount code to our listeners to offer you 30% off your next stay. That's right, 30%. It's huge savings. Go on to their website at EdenRockAnaheim.com, enter the code EdenMagic, that's EdenMagic, for 30% off your next stay.
We're going to wrap this show up. Udi has a couple of thoughts about Abu Dhabi that this news came out of left field. Initially, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? They're taking away money. But there are a lot of things that are different than what they appear with this. But Udi, just be gentle here.
Well, I'm going to go with my knee-jerk reaction to it was one of like, how can I put it? Disbelief. Like,
yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me right now? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Because I'm the one of the show here that will remember. Oh, earnings call. Cool. Let me get on that. And I'm the one who's disseminating that because it's my thing. You guys do your thing. That is mine. So bright and early, they're doing it early for the West Coast.
Becky's got the Lululemon merchandise. I've got the Matterhorn maintenance, and you've got earning calls. Is that that's how it all works,
that is
right?
How we break down.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
then so I'm up at that time, and they're like, earnings call, here we go. And I'm listening to it, and at that moment, they announced the whole Abu Dhabi thing. And I kind of looked at it. I'm like,
yeah.
You guys clowning, right? You're clowning.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke, too.
You're clowning. I'm like, is this Babylon Bee? Is this The Onion? Like, what are we talking about here?
Clown shoes.
Clown shoes to the utmost degree. So I got frustrated automatically before we even begin the earnings call, because I always enjoy listening at a huge level, Bob Iger and the CFO. Now, mind you, the CFO is actually a very intelligent guy. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head.
Who?
But the CFO.
Oh, of Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I don't know.
Remember his name.
Oh.
Anyway, and he's actually pretty good and pretty decisive and pretty informative. Now, Bob Iger is a spin master of the nth degree.
Yep.
And I will listen to his stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have brought my hip waders. I'm going through it. But anyway, so Abu Dhabi comes up, and I'm like, there is no way that now Disney Corporation has decided in their great wisdom that they're going to go and open up a park in the Middle East. And No, it is reality because they begin to discuss it. And I sat there and I go like, this is how far off. Bob Iger. Now, I would guarantee in my mind that this is 100% a Bob Iger initiative. Okay? The man is hell bent on leaving his name etched into this company and making it a global brand.
Well, it's a global brand anyways without this. Yeah.
I was about to say, got news for you, Bobby. It already is.
Oh.
Okay? It already is a global brand. Mickey Mouse, all these things don't need you. So I get frustrated because they, over the last number of years, have done an outstanding job at saying, look at how great and a virtuous company we are.
Yeah.
For many reasons. Now, politically, whatever, morally, socially, however you want to put it, right? Culturally, they have been putting off this vibe about look at how we are, accepting, opening, blah, 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 the whole thing, right? Oh, cool. I got no problem with that. And the only time I ever had problem with any corporation saying that stuff is when you can make it an obvious money grab.
Right.
Disney's not the only one. Disney corporate is not the only one guilty of this.
Okay.
We can name corporations across the globe that have done this in the sake of making money. But in my mind, how can you build a amusement park that is not that in an area of the world that is antithetical to what the park began as? So there is my big problem. Now, you can make the arguments about the cultures and all stuff like that, sure, whatever. But when you look into the area and the people that they're now getting into these business plans with, it is antithetical to the corporation.
Right.
And what I mean by that is you look at the area again, is they're not very, how can I put it correctly?
Hold on.
I got a bad feeling about this.
They're not very accepting of other people's cultures and the way they choose to live their life. Now, you guys should all understand what I mean by that.
Okay.
In this country, we are blessed with the ability to accept other people or not, and then find your own people and live in a free area. You find the people that are your tribe, i.e. Disney people. We're part of the tribe. We don't always agree on anything, but we know we're Disney people. We can look across the room and go like, Disney person, you're my people.
Yeah.
We can do this in this country. Other countries cannot do this. And in me, as you look at this is one of them.
Yeah.
So I get frustrated because I'm like, how can you guys make this an accepting, open, living in the core tenets of what Walt began in a country that doesn't believe in that?
Is it an opportunity for Disney to change their culture?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because the way I look at it is that if Disney really is going in with that mentality about we're going to change a culture, I got news for you. That culture has been around for long before Disney and will be there long after Disney.
Okay.
That is way that country where you can agree with it, like it, not, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. Your opinion on how they live their life is your opinion on it, and whether they agree with you or not, whatever, doesn't matter. That's what it is. So I sat there and go like, all the opportunity in this country, all the opportunities that we have, and we talked about at the opening of the show, is like, look, what about Texas? What about here? This country is at a point in time where if we brought things in like this and stayed home, we would grow and get better and better. So I'm extremely frustrated because the other part of it is taking resources. Yeah, they're going to say, and the people are fine with it, they're going to go like, well, it's a licensing deal.
Yeah.
You're not. I'm like, and I go, I get that.
Yeah.
And that makes it even worse. And I'll explain to you why, and I'll keep it to this.
Okay.
The reason why it's worse is because it is nothing but a flat-out money grab that makes it even worse, okay? Because all it is like, oh, no, we're just going to take the money. We're not going to invest money into it. Okay, fine. But you are investing one key thing that you don't have enough to spare right now.
Right, I know what you're saying here.
And those are your resources and your Imagineers.
Yeah, your talent, yeah.
Your talent is a finite resource. And for you then to sell it to a park and an entity that is not only not in this country, not part of your company. But then on a moral level, I can argue back and forth that isn't in line with your corporate mores, then I have another problem.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
there's another problem?
No, at the end no, that's it. Those are the main things. It's like, no, those are the main things. It's like this is beyond stupid, and this I lay at the feet at Bob
stupid.
Iger.
Okay.
It is beyond stupid.
Okay.
Okay, and I will say, because again, where is Disney Ford?
Yeah, that's
Where are we?
Yeah.
Where are we with Walt Disney World? Why do you want to destroy half the park for something? Build more. All this is like, it is a focus away from the core of the company, and this is what leads the company to ruin.
Yeah.
We are on the train, and every time they do this is why I was so pissed, because it was another big slap in the face to people like you and me and the people who have been the lifeblood of this company for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what it is, a money grab by...
Okay. Becky wants to say something, I think.
Well, I was just going to say what I was disappointed the most is that we had just done a show talking about Universal and like what Disney would do to respond, and I feel that I was very pro Disney, like no, like I'm not worried about this, it's gonna be okay. And then this is the announcement that they get at the earnings call. Like, it's nothing to, like you said, it's nothing about what they're doing like positive to Disney World. It's nothing about Disney Forward. I don't, of all the places too, I don't quite see why that would be where they chose, even like how you mentioned Germany, or even just talking about other places in Europe. Like, I don't know why that would be where they chose.
Yeah, and to add to it, as I was looking at my phone as the minute recording, they're announcing the construction in Shanghai for the Spider-Man land. I'm like, there you go, good for them. What about us?
Yeah.
What about us?
Yeah, my ire, I think, came from most of the fact that, what about our domestic parks? That's what I wanted. I mean, and I know money isn't funneled from this triple charging the parks, whatever that's supposed to mean. This is something entirely different. It's licensing, and we talked about, they're going to take away talent that could otherwise be used to build out these cool things. I'm trying to be do two sides of the coin here, but what if Disney learns something from the stuff that they had built here and put it into the parks? I mean, there's always that too. I mean, they're going to say this doesn't work well, but maybe we can get it to work in Anaheim or something like that. Or you always have that I'm trying, and this has got to be an indoor park. What if it's, like I said, we mentioned this on the LTP Lounge. What if it's like a giant dome where they could control the environment and control fireworks? I mean, how cool would that be?
Doesn't change anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's the core principle that you talked about where Disney, as a company, their values do not align with the values of the people in Abu Dhabi. Okay, we're not going to get into all that,
No.
but those are pretty glaring. Yeah, so my problem is that I wish we would have seen more Disneyland Forward stuff, because just give the people something to chew on. Give us something concrete that, okay. And like, so we've got Destination D coming up in August, and this will be another great opportunity for them to announce, hey, this is what we've got going on for Disneyland Forward, and Avatar and Coco. Let's get some concrete plans, because we want to start distilling all that information and well, we're going to complain about it. But other people are going to.
Even with Avatar, I feel like I hear no mention of Avatar, and I don't know if it's just me.
No.
But I mean, for all I know, they're not even doing that anymore.
Yep. You don't know.
No mention about
Nothing.
it.
Nope.
It's almost like Avatar, and then nothing.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely nothing. It's been crickets ever since that, and that part bothers me the most. Is like
we've been almost a year now removed from the vote to allow the rezoning. For Disney Forward. A year.
And we've heard nothing.
And nothing. That is where all of these things like that just annoy me to no end. I cannot get away from the fact that it is clear that the eye of the company and the direction of the company and director of the company is not. It's about themselves. It has nothing to do with longevity. And worse off, it has nothing to do with the people who have fed and kept that company alive.
Well, I would imagine that the next shareholders meeting, this will come up in a conversation.
Yeah. Well,
and I hope someone does say, Bob, explain how your values align with those of Abu Dhabi.
They won't, because those are the questions that you do not ask. Those are the questions you do not ask.
When it's the shareholder meetings, do they get to like bake and funnel questions?
Correct.
For sure. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely do. And the other part of it, which was very, I guess, I don't know why I was surprised, but the timing of it was 100% right in front of an earnings call.
Of course.
And you know why?
Yes.
They do it. They do it every time to try to drive the stock up. And I will keep on going back to it. Look, I'm not a college grad, but it's pretty easy to me to see. Why do you keep on faking things to artificially pump it when you could do the real things and keep it sustained?
Well, Disney's not unique in that.
No.
Yeah.
They're not.
Mm-hmm.
But when it is so glaringly obvious, stop.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to. I guess we'll end on that cheery note. Is that there's some frustration coming out of Abu Dhabi. We'll see how it all unfolds. Little frustration, as I said, but overall, a good show today.
Well,
what's the date of Destination D?
I think it's August, sometime in August.
I'd have to look.
Okay.
But on a bright note, the vast majority of the 70th anniversary merch has very good quality to it. I like most of it, even though I wouldn't buy most of it. It has some really cool things. So overall, the vibe I'm getting from the celebration and what they're doing so far is very good. And I'm happy. I'm really super happy because it looks like they're taking time, effort, and energy to do this properly. They're not slapping it together. The length of it might be a little like, hey, 18 months, like a little crazy. But I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad that the other part of it that I'm also very happy is into the entertainment sector is Andor is really good. And I hope it is a signal to us that they're working hard and diligently to try to regain Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Mando movie is coming up. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So there have been some very good things coming to Disney. Just the Abu Dhabi thing, that's why I think it hit me even harder, because I was like, for all the things that you do right and wrong, that you guys were still trending and then this to me
you
is
were
so
kind of getting your hopes
right, and then it
going,
was
and then
so
it was that.
antithetical to what I feel. I was just like, are you kidding? Yeah. Anyway, but no, Disney, like anything, they're still doing some things that I'm really happy about, and I like, and I look forward to seeing the park sometime soon, and I look forward to, and honestly,
you heard that, LTP.
And but you know what I'm really looking forward to is you guys, hearing your stories and the joy that you guys are going to get out of it. And anybody going to the park, that is part of the whole experience and part of the family, is looking at other people's happiness and joy. And even though I have my thing with the park, it's never going to be taking away what you guys feel when you go to the park, and I celebrate with you guys when you go. So that's going to be the other part of it.
Yes, I saw people there for the actual kickoff to the 70th. I believe Joey was there posting stuff on Instagram. My friend Gilbert was there.
Jay.
I saw Philander. Jay. And I loved seeing just everything that they were posting, really. Like, I loved seeing the oh gosh, sorry, it's been a long week, but I loved seeing the parades going on.
Oh, Paint the Night.
It just so much life, I feel like, was out there. I've seen the little key, or the giant key. And that's cool. I mean, I don't know that it's something I'll participate in, but just seeing it out there adds to the atmosphere. Seeing the food offerings and pictures of it, the popcorn buckets, there is a fun energy. And I'm like you, I love seeing other people's trips, or like what they're drawn to do on a trip.
Just imagine if Disney could reproduce this daily. Can you imagine that? And they could.
Yeah, they could.
And if they did that, you can just imagine. And that would be one of the greatest places ever. Like it already is, but you think about all these kind of things and you think about the joy that people have when you go, and especially moments like what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I can't wait. I can't wait for your guys' trip. I can't wait to see that. Even if whether I go or I don't go, isn't even a thing. It is more about just sharing in the experience with you guys. It's always great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
anybody who goes, yeah.
Well said.
I'm like super interested to see how it goes because Tim's family hasn't been in like 35 years.
Oh,
And so,
that is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so yeah, I'm glad that they're gonna get to experience that. It's been 3 decades, 3+ decades since. Yeah, that's like Jerome level.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be fun because it's like going with people for the very first
Oh
time.
yeah.
ever.
Oh yeah.
And are they
You know,
gonna?
so-
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Are they gonna lean on you to sort of show them how it's going? And
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good,
I
good.
think that there's some areas that I'm gonna have to push them out of their comfort zone for. Like
Mhm.
especially with Tim's mom, I think in certain areas, like she was saying, like, "Oh, I don't think I'll go on Pirates."
oh no, she
You know,
will.
like,
Oh,
maybe-
yeah,
but
you
I'm
are.
Like, no, you are. I'm gonna like push you to go on it. Like, there's nothing scary about it. It's not a big drop. You know, like there's nothing to worry about.
Yep.
But you have to because it's like a masterpiece. You know, it's like
Oh,
going
yeah.
to a concert and someone doesn't play their most popular song. Like
Yeah.
you can't do it.
Right.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Perfect analogy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up episode 221. We had a good talk. Oh, just something to say?
No.
Oh.
221.
221. Yeah, we had a good discussion about all the latest news, a little bit about Abu Dhabi, a little bit about, I don't know, our pro tips for for Disneyland Hotel and whatnot. Yeah, so that is it. We are going to be coming back with 222. I think we're going to have a guest on for that.
Yeah.
So look forward
Looking
to
forward to that one. Looking forward to that one.
Looking forward to that, and we're gonna probably have a string of guests in the next few shows. So
We got a
that's
few coming.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got a few coming. So again, follow us on Instagram at leavingtodaypodcast.com, or sorry, follow us on Instagram at leavingtodaypodcast. Go to our site, leavingtodaypodcast.com, and do support the show if that's how you feel you want to do it. If not, it's all good. All right. Udi, where can people find out more information about you?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show, which we have been covering season 2 of Andor. We have not recorded our finale episode. By the time you guys hear this, we will, and we'll probably be out. But we haven't, at time of recording, Joe, like Becky mentioned, is down to the 70th. So we will have that coming. And then you can find me on Instagram. I'm not really going to do Twitter because I'm not on there enough. But my real social media that I'm on there is Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, Hacks Goalie, and I respond to my DMs.
Awesome. Yeah. Becky, where can people find out more about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Becky_Weimer, BECKY_WEIMER.
Okay.
And I do respond to my DMs too, but maybe differently. I'm not a single rider. So
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then I'll just say this, one last thing. If you are considering visiting Disneyland during the 70th and you do need a place for lodging, do reach out to Becky. She can get you hooked up with Eden Rock Inn and Suites. We have a special code called Eden Magic. You heard the ad earlier on the show, but really, if it's too hard to navigate, please do reach out to Becky. She'll be more than happy to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. See, I'm advertising for you right now. Okay, so that's going to wrap up episode 221. We're coming back in 2 weeks, hopefully with a guest on. I think Jay is going to be on for that show. So, all right, until then, we love you, adventures out there, and we'll see you in the parks.
Bye.
See ya.
his box.
Snack break.
I've got tacos waiting for me.
My popcorn is popped, and I'm ready to listen.
But you make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it. I like cake for the three of us.
I know. Jessica Aurora Farfan.
No.
What are you doing?
Definitely not.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red. Oh my goodness.